Humans have been messing with genetics for thousands of years. Through breeding different types of plants and animals, we've created useful traits in them. We do that by breeding the DNA we want. DNA is a set of instructions that controls how the organism develops and what traits it has. By changing the DNA, we change the organism that carries it. A new system called CRISPR could be used to change the DNA of any organisms, including humans. Eradicating diseases, longer lifespans, designer babies seem like crazy science fiction, but with CRISPR, these ideas could actually be possible. So what is CRISPR? CRISPR is a part of the DNA strand that consists of parts of viruses that have once invaded the bacteria but was defeated. After the bacteria wins the battle against the virus, the bacteria saves a part of the virus in this CRISPR section. This is what happens when the same virus attacks again.
When the bacterium detects the presence of virus DNA, it produces two types of short RNA, one of which contains a sequence that matches that of the invading virus. These two RNAs form a complex with a protein called Cas9. Cas9 is a nuclease, a type of enzyme that can cut DNA. When the matching sequence, known as a guide RNA, finds its target within the viral genome, the Cas9 cuts the target DNA, disabling the virus.
By studying the system, scientists learned that they can control the system by giving Cas9 instructions, and it will cut and replace the DNA. By using this system, we could change the DNA of animals and humans. We could change germline cells of embryos. So this leads to the discussion of whether we should have designer babies. Designer babies have DNA that are modified to create desirable traits in a child. This seems like a good idea, but we actually have little knowledge about CRISPR.
我会比较就目前的技术层面来讲，我会倾向于比较保守。第一个，因为editing embryo 你必须要掌握那个你去 edit 这 genome 的时机，然后要不然如果说一部分的细胞已经开始分裂之后，你有可能会造成治疗的不完全。然后如果说在它的技术还没有完全非常成熟之前，我会倾向于比较保守，因为如果说你在没有办法完全确定说你的治疗的 efficiency， 你有可能会 create 说新的基因上的异常。那如果说刚好这个 create 出来新造成出来的东西是在可以被遗传的 germline cell 上的话，它其实是有可能把这一个遗传的问题 pass on。
The so-called traits under consideration cannot remotely be enhanced by the modification of a gene or two. Traits like intelligence, personality, muscle tone, musicianship, and are complex and not only involve dozens, if not hundreds of genes, but are the result of nutrition, social and environmental factors, genetic switches that are outside of the DNA, and the gene-gene interactions that occur in human cells. Scientists and the so-called transhumanists who believe that it is possible think of the human genome as a Lego set, where pieces of DNA can be plugged in or out without interfering with the other parts of the system. Actually, the human genome is more like an ecosystem, where all the parts interrelate and are in mutual balance.
Every once in a while it doesn't cut the chromosomes and replace it in the right place. So instead of someone getting better, it could make them worse.
Germline intervention to generate genetically modified humans. Germline meaning heritable. That's the simple word. We have germ cells, eggs, sperm, precursors of them, and then later on embryos. And if you make changes to them, the changes go into what's known as the germline, the human genome in general. They get replicated, they go on.
So in a way, my concern is more what we do with the technology to create a superhuman race. I don't think we can manage that. I don't think we have. Okay, let me put it like this: unregenerate man, a man without the Holy Spirit, I don't think will ever develop the wisdom to be able to handle technology like that properly. I think it will always go skew, it will become haywire, and it will what is meant to be good will turn out to be disastrous.
The other problem is if people start using it for, not for disease, but just to look better. Before long, you're going to have people who have money being able to create a little bit on themselves, but even more so on their babies. They can like genetically design their baby and have like these perfect babies, but only the rich people will own them. And instead of having racial separation, we're going to have a bigger and bigger separation between classes. Rich people can look the way they want to look and be healed of any diseases or imperfections in their appearance, and the poor people won't. And I think that would be a terrible thing socially, worldwide. So I hope it wouldn't be used. I'm not pro CRISPR use at this point. I think we've got a long ways to go before we can